Hey everybody, David here, and today I am doing my final predictions for Loki. That's right, the season finale is coming out tonight and at midnight, and well, depending on where you live. On Eastern time, I know it's coming out at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I'm not going to be staying up that late to check it out. I'm just going to wake up very early tomorrow morning, like I usually do for every new episode, because I'm looking forward to seeing how this season ends. Just like WandaVision, just like Falcon and Winter Soldier and The Mandalorian. Yeah, I get up at like 4:30 in the morning just to check the new episodes out because I want to watch them before I have to go to work. So there you go. With that being said, let's get started. What are my predictions for this final episode? So I'll go through some of the characters and some other predictions that I think might happen, things or certain characters, villain reveals maybe, that I think will happen. So let's start off with Mobius. What do I think is going to happen to Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, who I think has been doing a fantastic job this season. He's been so great, especially when he bounces off of Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki. He is on his way to destroy the TVA. Last we saw him, and he said his goodbyes to Loki. I think he'll come out of this alive and well. I think he is going to succeed at destroying the TVA. Maybe I think he'll start to rethink the idea of the TVA and what it could be rather than what it was, and maybe try something new. If not, I do think we are going to see him at the end riding a jet ski, because some people have been predicting it, and I agree with that prediction. I think we are going to see him eventually go to a timeline, maybe the sacred timeline, which won't be sacred anymore. I think there's going to be multiple timelines by the end of this that will become the What If series coming to Disney Plus in August 11th. But I think we will get to see Owen Wilson on a jet ski by the end of this. With that being said, what do I think is going to happen to Ravona? Ravona is still at the TVA last time we saw. She's probably not happy because Sylvie got away and Loki's somewhere out there and they're causing trouble together and she knows it. When Mobius returns, I think there is going to be a confrontation between the two characters, and I think she's going to reveal a lot more than she's been holding back on. I think we are going to learn what the Nexus event regarding Sylvie was. Remember when Sylvie asked her, what was my Nexus event that was so bad that you had to come and take me, a little girl, away? I think the Nexus event is going to be, and I heard this theory too, and I really like it, and I'm hoping that that's what it is going to be, is that Sylvie's Nexus event was that she was thinking of becoming a hero rather than a villain, which is what Loki was supposed to be. And if Sylvie is a variant of Loki, that means she was supposed to go down a dark path. But if you look at the figures that she was playing with in that flashback scene when she was a little girl, she's playing with a little Valkyrie toy fighting a giant dragon. And the Valkyries were known as heroes on Asgard, and maybe she was looking up to the Valkyries that she was thinking of becoming a hero. And Loki's, as far as the TVA is concerned, Lokis are not supposed to be heroes. They have to go down a dark path to help Thor become the hero and the Avengers become the heroes that they're meant to be. But I think that is where Ravona will be taught wrong, and that people should be allowed to make their own choices, good or bad. And if Sylvie wanted to go down a good path, then she should go down that good path. And I think that's why Ravona is going to be... I don't think Ravona is going to die, but I do think she is going to be the reasoning of bringing a certain villain to us. And that villain, let me get to my next theory, is Kang the Conqueror. Now, I do not think Kang the Conqueror is going to be the villain of this final episode. I heard the theories, and I get why a lot of people are going with it. And believe me, if they do, that's freaking awesome. but I'm starting to have the feeling that Kang is not going to be the villain of the final episode. He could be, but I am going to guess no. I do think, though, we could see a glimpse of him, or Ravona is going to send out a signal to him that will allow him to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that is my theory on Kang the Conqueror. So who is the villain of the series? I think the villain is going to be a variant of Loki. The show has been about Loki for obvious reasons. Since episode 1, it's about all these variants, and Sylvie is a variant. He's falling in love with himself, obviously, and I think it's going to end with one more variant, the big bad variant, because we never really saw a truly evil variant of Loki yet. We saw President Loki, which some people, he was bad, but he wasn't evil. But I think this is going to be like the ultimate big bad Loki, that even the Loki that we knew in the regular MCU, I think this one is going to be one to fear. And we're going to see a different side of an evil Loki that we haven't seen before. So there's my theory on that. A Loki who figured it out how to cheat the system. And how does he rule? He rules by going to the end of time and ruling time itself. So that's what I think the villain is going to be. And I think the Loki that we've been following and Sylvie, I think they're going to have to stop him and take him down, because the Loki that we've seen is not alone. And he's accepted that he has these friends, maybe even a loved one to romanticize with, or to be in a romantic relationship with, even though it's himself, and that's weird, but okay, I'm going to accept it for this show. Because let's face it, if you have as big as an ego as Loki does, it just makes sense. So yeah, Loki and Sylvie are going to have to take down this variant, I think. And then let's get to Hunter B15, because I forgot to mention her. I think last time we saw her, she was still in a prison in the last episode. I think Mobius is going to get Hunter B15 out of there, and Hunter B15 is going to help him out, and they're going to both kick ass together, and especially her, because she's the badass. And I think she'll go back to her timeline by the end of it, or maybe she'll still be with Mobius, and she'll help him reorganize the TVA in a new way that it should be. Because let's face it, all their homes, that means all the places, the timelines where they used to live at, are all destroyed. So either they go to a timeline that doesn't have them, or they have to create an all new branch that will allow them to keep an eye on all the multiverse. I think they'll look after the multiverse to make sure it doesn't go into a chaotic order like the TVA claimed that it used to be, unless that was all bullshit, which everything else is so far, so who knows what else is. Now let's get to the final two characters of this show, Loki and Sylvie, right? Loki and Sylvie are the two that we've really been following in this show. And I think they are going to live happily ever after. I think there's no more dying with Loki. I think they killed Loki so many times in the past. It's like, okay, that's a trope by this point. Let's not kill Loki again. I think they've obviously been setting up, getting us built up with this relationship between him and Sylvie, that it is going to end with the two of them walking off into the sunset. Causing trouble? I don't think so. I think this Loki is very much a different Loki than the one we had followed all the way to Endgame. I think this Loki, which was the Loki from 2012 and went on a different path, even though he got caught up with everything that happens to him in the sacred timeline, I think at the same time he's evolved even more so than that Loki had. I think he's advanced even further to being a true hero. And yeah, Loki, as far as I'm concerned, is no longer an anti-hero, which is what I considered him in the past after Thor: The Dark World. Now I consider him a full-out hero by this point, and I think he's going to prove himself by the end of this, and Sylvie along with him. So I think we are going to see Loki return to the sacred timeline. Even though they did say he wasn't going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, Tom Hiddleston confirmed that. There could be a lie there, who knows, but I'm going to believe him on this case. And I don't think we will see Loki show up in the MCU for some time. Maybe he'll help out Mobius create this new TVA order system. Who knows? But there is a season 2 coming, or at least that was the word on the street. I don't think that was officially confirmed by Kevin Feige, so maybe we have to take it with a grain of salt. But I do think that somehow Loki and Mobius will figure out a way to keep their eyes on the timeline. Unless something more drastic happens, then maybe there's going to be even more need for a season 2. But I think they're going to close this season up. They might leave some things here, and that will leave me to do a theory video sometime this week after the episode airs, because we'll have all new theories to talk about, especially if they give us something at the end credit scenes to give us a hint at where the future of Loki will go. So with that being said, those are my theories. People, tell me what you think. Do you have any theories before the final episode airs tonight? Let me know in the comment section below. And look, I want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. These are the people that have signed up for a monthly subscription to get an end credit at the end of all my videos. And I gotta thank them for supporting me and this channel, and hoping that I will be able to grow because the more I can get better, the more we can improve on these videos and focus more time on them. But that can only help if I get more subscribers. So if you can, there is a $5 and a $10 tier, and both of them currently right now just offer the same package. You just get an end credit at the end of every video I do. I get it if you just want to do the $5. The $10 is just for anybody that are like, you know what, I can help out a little bit more with this. Maybe I'll give them the $10 a month package. But as soon as I can figure something out more one day, maybe never, who knows. I do want to offer more for the $10 thing, but once I do, I'll update that. But for now, I'm just leaving them both the same, and just out of generosity, if you can, yeah, the $10 package is there. But I get if the $5 one is more reasonable for you. We are all in struggling times right now, of course, and look, I'm finding any possible way to get some help supporting this channel, because well, there's only so many times on how I could say I want this channel to grow. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching this video and liking this video, because that also helps the channel grow. There's an algorithm out there, so you know. Yeah, send a link around to people. Throw them to this video. Tell them to send in their theories about Loki, because I'd like to hear from what people are thinking. I've heard from some of the pros out there, but I want to hear from like some of my subscribers too. Anybody that watches Loki, send down your theories on what's going to happen tonight in the video, and don't say it after the episode drops, because then you're cheating. Because you're going to watch the episode first, and then you're going to say your theories, and then I know you're lying, and you cheated, and you watched the episode, and that's how you came right. Say it before the episode drops, so that way this video's outdated and nobody watches it again after. So with that being said, I hope you guys can like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, until tomorrow, because I'll drop my review tomorrow, spoiler review, so make sure to watch it. Until next time, take care.